What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. This time we're taking a look at A Christmas Story directed by Bob Clark. Okay, let's waste no time. Let's get right into it. Overall, A Christmas Story is okay. This is a movie that has gained a cult following over the last 40 years. It's a very popular staple among the Christmas season. For me personally, I've only ever seen bits and pieces of it. As I make this review, I'm actually talking as somebody who has actually seen this movie from start to finish for the very first time in his life. And I can say that this movie is all right. Me personally, I wouldn't put it amongst the Home Alone movies. I don't think it's that good, to be honest with you. But for its own little thing, I like it. And as somebody who's actually a fan of the horror movie Black Christmas, which was directed by Bob Clark, seeing the other half of that with being a more family-friendly movie, it's actually a pretty cool dynamic. Knowing that this man created a prototype slasher movie in Black Christmas, and now he's doing a family-friendly Christmas movie. So I like seeing him take the same holiday and telling these two different stories about it. So I actually like the novelty of that. I like seeing like directors who do like a certain genre step outside of it. Like Bob Clark, like he was never much of a horror director. I think he's even said it himself. But knowing what he did with Black Christmas, and then you see him do A Christmas Story and see the different dynamics between it, it's pretty cool. Like you can almost say that in its own twisted way, Christmas Story is a companion piece to Black Christmas in a sense. But I digress. The overall thing of this movie is that it follows the character of Ralphie, played by Peter Billingsley. He's just a little boy who wants this BB gun for Christmas, but everyone's saying that he can't have it because he might blow out his eye. So really, his entire storyline is him trying to convince people to get him said gun, while all the while, you have these little mini stories taking place all around him. You know, you have his father, who is the old man, who is like this gruff, typical 1940s father, who gets this leg lamp, and chaos ensues around it. You have his mom, who is like the typical 40s mom. You have his brother, you got the school bullies, you got the teacher, you got all the other stuff that Ralphie goes through in his everyday life as he wants this little BB gun. He daydreams about having it. So like the movie does have some like, little nice little, funny moments peppered all throughout here and there. I didn't really particularly find this movie to be laugh out loud funny. There weren't really a whole lot of scenes that made me be like, oh my God, that was hilarious. But there were certain bits that I laughed at, like Ralphie's dad, the old man. He got a couple of chuckles out of me. When Ralphie sees the mall Santa Claus, that got some chuckles out of me. Like the stuff with the bully, Scout Farkas. That got a couple of chuckles out of me. Mainly because the child actor, Zach Ward, was in Freddy vs. Jason, was in Freddy vs. Jason. So basically seeing a character that Freddy was impersonating be a school bully, I found that to be quite humorous. And I got some laughs out of it. And I also did like the scene of Ralphie just losing his cool and beating the holy hell out of the bully because he couldn't take it anymore. Anyone can relate to that, being bullied and then just finally losing your mind because you can't take it anymore. That's very relatable. I empathize with Ralphie with that aspect. But like everything else story-wise, like this movie is just random things happening. There's no really concrete, thorough storyline. I guess you can say Ralphie's quest for the BB gun is the storyline. Okay, that's cool. I mean, this movie is more or less based off Jean. I think his name is Sean Shepard, and is a autobiographical take on things that he experienced when he was a kid. So, so it does give the movie a sense of, I'm not going to say realism, but a sense of relatability, because it is based on personal experiences. I also thought it was pretty cool that Jean Shepard did the voiceover as a more adult Ralphie, narrating the story from the point of view of Ralphie, because it is Ralphie's story. So, okay. That was pretty decent. That was cool. So yeah, like stuff like that, I enjoyed. From the overall production value of this movie, I like it. I like the 1940s aesthetic. I like how Bob Clark did a really good job at creating that very family-friendly Christmas atmosphere with this movie. It's very bright and it's very cheerful, very colorful. It doesn't have it gives you like that sense of it gives you that Christmassy type of feel to it, which I do like. Because if you're doing a family-friendly Christmas movie, you want to make sure you get that atmosphere right. You want that jolly, for lack of a better word, sense while watching this thing, and you do get it. You do get it. You do get it. And Bob Clark did an overall decent job of translating it to screen. The cinematography and directing, nothing all that spectacular. You do get some decent moments here and there, but overall, it's, to me, pedestrian. It's not as unique when Bob Clark did Black Christmas, when he was like playing around with different visuals. This to me feels more like standard directing from Bob Clark, and that's just me personally. So like the overall production values of the movie, very rock solid, very, very good. The cast and the characters, they're decent enough, with Ralphie and the old man being the two standouts to me, at least, along with the bully played by Zach Ward. The story, there's not really much of it to speak of. It's just things happening, but it is what it is. No, I can't criticize the movie for not having a thorough storyline because it's not meant to have a thorough storyline. So okay, I can kind of sort of let that slide. Though me personally, I would have liked this movie to have more of a concrete storyline than Ralphie just wanting a BB gun. Just that way he can be cool. At the end of the movie, he overall does get his BB gun, and I do like the whole thing of the old man having a turkey obsession, and then a pack of dogs enter his house and just trash the kitchen. They end up having to go to a Chinese restaurant to have dinner, and they're getting served duck, which is the Chinese version of turkey. So that whole, like that last, 5 to 10 minute stretch, I actually did get a lot of laughs out of. That actually did get some laughs out of me. So yeah, that was fun. Yeah, overall, those are my thoughts on A Christmas Story. At the end of the day, I'm just going to give this movie a solid 7 out of 10. It's nice. It's fun. I would not rank this as one of the greatest, in my opinion. I mean, you're entitled to yours, absolutely. I still think that Home Alone's 1 and 2 outdo this movie spectacularly. But for what it is, A Christmas Story is a nice, decent little flick that you can watch around this time of year and get that sense of joyfulness. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for A Christmas Story. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections down below. Like the video and subscribe. And I'll check you back next time for more.